After that incredibly profound prayer of Al-Fatiha, the Quran launches into its main discourse with its longest chapter, Surah Al-Baqarah. And this surah, right from the get-go, lays down the foundational principles for the guidance humanity has been searching for. All right, let's dive right into the first 25 verses of this truly majestic chapter. And as we begin all things, we start in the name of Allah. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So the surah opens up with this powerful, really unique declaration about what it is. It starts with just 3 letters, Alif, Lam, Mim. Now, what are these? These are the huruf muqatta'at, the disjoint letters. And while their deepest meaning is known only to Allah, this wasn't some strange riddle to the people at the time. It was a known literary style. It's like a sign of the Qur'an's miraculous nature, saying, look, this is composed from the very same letters you use every day, yet you could never produce anything like it. And then, right after those letters, comes this absolutely astounding statement, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This is the book about which there is no doubt. I mean, just think about that for a second. That is an incredible declaration of confidence. You know, every other work that tries to talk about the metaphysical is based on guesswork, on conjecture. But this book, coming from the one who has all knowledge, is presented as pure, unshakable truth. The verse keeps going. It says it's a guidance. But for who exactly? It is hudan lil muttaqin, a guidance for the pious, for the God-conscious. So right away, the Quran defines who can actually plug in and benefit from this book. So, who are al-muttaqin? Maulana Maududi has a great explanation here. He says this isn't talking about someone who's already perfect and sin-free. Not at all. It's talking about people who have a fundamental desire for what is good. It's for people who have that inner compass, a sense of right and wrong, who want to avoid evil and actively want to walk on the path of goodness. This internal awareness, this taqwa, that's the key that unlocks the guidance in this book. So the Quran doesn't just leave us guessing what this looks like. It immediately outlines their key characteristics. And these aren't just abstract ideas. They are practical, real-world actions and beliefs that shape the life of the muttaqin. And the very first quality it mentions is belief in al-ghaib, the unseen. Maulana Maududi points out that this is the absolute starting point. It means you accept realities that you can't see, touch, or measure with scientific instruments. Things like the existence of Allah, the angels, revelation, the afterlife. You accept them based on the trust you have in the Prophet's message. Because really, if someone says, I'll only believe what I can see, well, this book can't guide. So, what's the outcome for those who live by these qualities? It's crystal clear. They aren't just stumbling around hoping to find the right way. No, they are firmly upon guidance from their Lord. And it is they, and only they, who are al-muflihun, the ones who are truly successful. Okay, so now the discourse takes a turn. It shifts to describe the second category of people, those who, even after the truth is made completely clear, consciously make the decision to reject it. And for these people, the Quran states a really stark reality. سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. It makes no difference whatsoever. Whether you warn them or you don't warn them, they will not believe. Their choice has been locked in. And the reason is explained. خَتَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَى قُلُوبِهِمْ. Allah has sealed their hearts. Now, Maulana Maududi clarifies a critical point here, one that's so easy to misunderstand. This seal isn't the cause of their disbelief, it's the consequence. Think of it this way. When a person consciously, stubbornly, and repeatedly rejects the truth, their heart just becomes unreceptive. It's as if a seal has been placed on it, making them deaf to the call and blind to the signs. We now come to the third group, and this is the one the surah spends the most time on, the hypocrites. And they represent this really complex spiritual state, a kind of sickness that shows itself in duplicity and deceit. Their description begins, they say all the right things. We believe in Allah and the last day. But Allah states, with no ambiguity, وَمَا هُمْ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ, but they are not believers. And the reason? فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. In their hearts is a disease. As Maulana Maududi notes, this isn't some physical illness. It's a spiritual sickness of doubt, of insincerity, of a deep lack of conviction. And their behavior is just laid bare for all to see. They try to project this image of being righteous, calling themselves reformers even while they're spreading corruption. They look at the sincere believers and mock them, calling them foolish for their genuine commitment. Their loyalty just flips depending on who they're with. They'll profess faith when they're with Muslims and then go right back to their inner circle and make fun of them.
To really help us understand this state of being, Allah gives us two incredibly powerful parables. The first one is about a person who lights a fire. The light of Islam briefly illuminates everything around them, showing them the truth. But because they turn away from that light, Allah takes it away, leaving them in a darkness that's even worse than the one they started in.
The second parable is about those who are weak in faith. Islam is like a beneficial rainstorm, right? It brings life, but it also comes with trials, the darkness, the thunder, the lightning. They want the rain, all the benefits, but they're absolutely terrified of the thunder, of the struggle. So when things are easy, they'll walk in the brief flash of lightning. But as soon as challenges arise, they just stand there frozen in the dark, paralyzed by fear. So after laying out these three very distinct ways people respond to guidance, acceptance, outright rejection, and hypocrisy, the Quran suddenly zooms out. The address now becomes totally universal. It's a direct call to every single human being. Ya ayyuhan nasu u'budu rabbakum. O mankind, worship your Lord. And the reason it gives is so simple and yet so profound. He is the one Allahi khalaqakum, who created you and everyone who came before you. The call to worship is rooted in the most basic fact of our existence. He is the creator, and therefore he alone deserves our worship. And for anyone who might be in doubt about where this message comes from, a challenge is issued, loud and clear. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَى عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِّثْلِهِ. If you are in doubt, then go ahead, produce just one chapter like it. This is the ultimate proof of the Quran's unique, inimitable nature. And that challenge is followed by a very solemn conclusion. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا وَلَنْ تَفْعَلُوا. But if you cannot do it, and you will never be able to do it, the warning that follows is stark. Fear the fire that has been prepared for those who insist on rejecting the truth. But this opening discourse doesn't end on a note of warning. It finishes with a beautiful message of hope, of ultimate success. وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. And give good tidings to those who accept this call, who believe, and who do good deeds. For them, the promise is one of eternal peace in gardens of unimaginable beauty. And so, there you have it. These opening verses lay out the entire framework for us. We have a book of absolute certainty, a clear path for the God-conscious, a stark warning for the deniers, a deep analysis of the conflicted, and a universal invitation to every one of us. The question it leaves us with is a personal one, isn't it? Where do we find ourselves on this map of guidance?